Hey everyone, welcome back to Kate's Kitchen. I am Kate. So today I am cooking shepherd's pie, I guess also known as cottage pie. And to my knowledge, the difference, and it's oftentimes confused, is that shepherd's pie is made with lamb and cottage pie is made with hamburger. So really I'm making cottage pie because I'm making it with hamburger. Now I have never made this before. So I don't really know how this is going to go. I'm completely winging it. I have the gist of everything and I'm just going from there. So to get started, what I'm doing is I've already got some water boiling for the mashed potatoes that go on top of that. So I'm just going to get those cut up and put in there. So we're just going to get the potatoes cut and put into the water. So again, with this being my first time making this, I did read that there were some ingredients that people use that I am not going to be using. More so seasonings and herbs, one of them being thyme. So just kind of a heads up with that. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of like winging it and seeing what I come up with. And again, I am doing 4 potatoes for the mashed potatoes. I'm really excited to make this gravy. The gravy part of it, I think, is making me happy because I'm going to do it separately and then add it in. So we've got the potatoes going. And I'm now going to get some meat ready. And I'll be using this cast iron skillet for that.
Not unboxing it yet?
No, not until I have more information. Are you going to take your brother home?
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm trying to think.
This is Javier. So I am going to be cooking that meat on a medium setting and adding in some onion and garlic. So this recipe also called for olive oil. I'm not using that either. And I only really looked at one recipe, again, to kind of get an idea as to how other people do it. I am using 1 pound of hamburger and frozen veggies. Goodness. And I just moved the potatoes to a different burner. And this is just some garlic I'm adding in. And some garlic salt. I'm going to add in some Italian seasoning. And then just some pork and little steak and chop seasoning. So all of this grease I'm going to use for my gravy. So I'm just prepping that and setting it aside. Now this gravy here, what I want to do, I did read that they use Worcestershire, I think that's how you say it, in this recipe. So I'm going to be adding that to the gravy I'm making. And I'm adding a tablespoon. And I don't know, A1 came to mind, so I'm going to be adding that as well. and a tablespoon of that too. I'm going to turn this burner on about a medium for the gravy. Also going to add about a tablespoon of butter. And whatever remaining grease we can get out of here. So a lot of multitasking going on right now. We've got our gravy, we've got our potatoes boiling, we've got our meat cooking. And I'm just using a mixed vegetable mix to mix in with the hamburger. And I think it's up to you how many veggies you want this to have in it. I'd say I probably have added about a cup's worth of veggies. Just mixing all of that around. And we're going to add the lid there. Also going to check on our gravy. No, yeah, just leave one. Thank you. So, if you're familiar with when I've made gravy, the utensil you use to make it is extremely important. So we're going to use this fork or a slotted spatula, and you're just mixing all of this together. I don't want to use flour to thicken it, so I'm doing my best to avoid that, but you definitely could. But as you can see, it's kind of thickening up on its own already. I am going to add heavy whipping cream to it. So that's a tablespoon. And I'm going to add some water. Just a little bit. add a little bit more water because we do want enough gravy to saturate this hamburger vegetable mix we have here. Hi, Dante. Do you want to say hi to my people? And this is Dante.
Are you going live right now?
No,
Oh, that's pretty good.
it's just, yeah, for dinner. And I'm actually going to check these potatoes. And usually your potatoes are done when you can stick a fork through them easily. And I want to try to drain this again so you can't get anything more out of it. So as you can see, this is really not a very thick gravy. I'm okay with that. I'm thinking it may thicken up a little more once we get it mixed in here, which we're going to do now. And then I'm going to turn this to off. I'm going to just turn all of this off. So both those burners are turned off. We've got this here. So I am going to go ahead and add about a tablespoon of flour just to see if we can't get that to thicken up a little bit. So just a little bit of flour there, not a whole bunch, so probably not even a tablespoon. And you can already tell the difference it's making as it's absorbed quite a bit of that juice. Now, I'm pretty sure we can put the cast iron skillet in the oven. So I'm not going to take it out of there. I'm going to leave all of this in here like that. Keep it covered. Move it out of our way. Get these potatoes ready. And they're good to go. And of course, I don't have a masher, so I'm using a fork. Part of a green bean got in there. It's because I use the same fork for everything. Now, this burner is turned off. I am going to add butter. And from what I read, it's a cheesy potato, a cheesy mashed potato that's going on top, so we'll add some cheese to these mashed potatoes here soon. You know, I don't even know what the oven is supposed to be turned on to, so we're just going to put that on 350. That's usually a safe bet. And I'm using half and half because I don't have any milk. And I am adding about a tablespoon more of butter because if you know me, you know how much I love butter. And salt and pepper. And some cheese. Apparently this is a meal you can pre-make and then throw it in the oven when you're ready to cook it. So these mashed potatoes are pretty thick. I may add some sour cream to them to see if that will help them thin out. Alright, so now we are going to just put the mashed potatoes on top of what we've got here, our meat, gravy, vegetable mix. All right, and I think I'm gonna put a little bit more cheese on top. And now we're going to put it into the oven. I don't even know how long it's supposed to go in here. Oh, also there was tomato paste that is used in, you know, these recipes. I didn't use that. And I'm just looking to see how long this stays in the oven. It looks like 35 minutes. Yep, so we're gonna just go ahead and bake it for 30 minutes actually. And all right, the timer should be going off in literally just a minute, and it looks really good. Turning the oven off there. We're gonna let it cool for just a couple of minutes, but I am curious to know. I want to know how well it's going to hold up. Top. So not too bad. Looks pretty good. Okay, so clearly the important part is how it tastes. It's hot.
Yeah. Got salt and pepper.
Mm-hmm. Salt and pepper apparently is already being requested. All right, overall, I think it's a pretty good meal. Somewhat simple. I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you all think, or if you make it, or have suggestions or feedback for this recipe down in the comments. And if you've enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button for me. And as always, thank you so much.